Hey, it's JR from the city, and I'm in the field with Code 7. I was born and raised in Las Vegas. I'm fresh out of Southern Hills Hospital. I was raised on the Paradise area of Vegas, right by the Boulevard Mall, in that area, not too far from the Strip. Obviously, Lil Wayne. It's on my shirt. You feel me? Like, it's just the GOAT here. Obviously, Tunchi. But in reality, it's like Tunchi was a kid, but like his image wasn't just it wasn't the same as Bow Wow's, to be honest, really. But if we want to be realistic, though, he did start off as a kid. They did have him not cussing as a kid until he, what I'm saying, got a little bit older in age, and then he excelled to The Block Is Hot, and then from there took the solo act when a bunch of people was leaving Cash Money and stuff, and then Wayne is somebody who started off as a kid and was able to be 40 years old still relevant. So to be honest, it was definitely Wayne who had the best trajectory from a child going up in the industry for sure. That was definitely instilled from my parents. And then me loving Lil Wayne so much and growing up listening to Lil Wayne, it was like I definitely had that familiarity with him, so I definitely related to him through that, and that's one of the reasons he became my favorite rapper. Because when I was young, like I'm having to go up with other artists that are cussing and that are hard lyrically in the city or whoever I'm doing music with, and I gotta be equally as hard or harder than them to be on the same record. And I always was able to stand out on the record and hold my own, and do better. So shout out to my pops. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and then it just became something that I just start really locking in with. I really started seeing the difference, like the doors that I could get in and the heads I could turn when people realize, like, oh, he didn't even cut. So that was it's kind of spooky when you really test your pen game like that and you could do that. So that's how that came about. To be real. Yeah, no, I don't really feel like it's hard to rap without cuss words unless like you freestyling or something. If you freestyling, you really gotta really think about what you gotta say already, and then gotta do it without cussing. That's a little difficult. But if you sitting down and you about to write a record, I don't think it's too hard to do that without cussing. But it might be depending on your background. I grew up scholar in school. I grew up reading and doing stuff like that. So my intellect is farther beyond than just a regular person that's trying to rap. So it ain't really that hard for me, but I could see why it could be hard because some people, that's not them. Some people say a billion cuss words every day on a daily, so it's hard to just stop your routine and then do something that you don't normally do. I'm going Wheezy for sure. I'm going Eminem for sure. Wayne M. And then it really I ain't gonna lie, it's Wayne, it's Eminem. I'ma probably say ooh, I'ma probably say Jay-Z. And this is not just who I listen to, but it's just like who I see successful streaming, all that. Ah, four. Who the fourth? Who I'm gonna put at the fourth game? I might put Yeezy up there, bro. For the fourth, bro. Who am I missing, gang? Like you always got the Kendricks and the Coles, who we start really putting up there within the past couple of years. We've been really stamping them. You got Tupac. You got, but if I had to put a four, like the successful four, the GOATs, J, Wayne, M. That fourth spot is iffy, but I'd probably say yay, bro. You gonna hear me mention his name almost every question. If you asking something like this, it's Wayne. Like my dad, of course, and Lil Wayne. Like those are the two people who. There's someone who motivates me and reminds me of him, and then the other is like my bad. That's I would say Wayne because like my dad remind me of Wayne, and we both grew up listening to Wayne, me and my pops. So him and Eminem too, because like I'll listen to Eminem and he'll say the craziest things like with the cadence and so I always took that mindset of like feature killer, or whoever I'm working with is a friendly competition. Can't let nobody outdo me on a verse. Pushing the pen game to be hard or saying specific things in my craft, being very specific with my wording, placing the ends or the thes where they gotta be, and being on beat with specific rhyme schemes and stuff like that. I learned that from watching my dad and researching Wayne. Bro, Cash Money, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You got Drake, you got Nicki, you got Tyga coming out of there. Cash Money done touched so many people. Like, it's like everybody done had they run with Cash Money at one point in time. And then when they had the branches from Young Money to Rich Gang, it's like DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, they all was like, we the best, but they was all still tied in business with Interscope and Cash Money. And then you got who else didn't have to run with like everybody, bro. Like everybody has had some type, and then the Rich Gang. Then you got that's where you come in with Young Thug, and then that's when you come in with Rich Homie Quan, and then that blow up, and then that peak, and then you got like, bro, you feel me? So the business behind that is just crazy to wrap your head around, to be honest. So yeah, that's really that though. I ain't gonna lie. Rockefeller was cool, bro, but I don't know. Birdman got a little bit of smut on his name for some people not getting paid too, but I don't know. Jay-Z kind of did his people like how he did them, to get the Rockefeller going, Rock Nation going. Yeah, so it's like you can't even really Jay a GOAT too. The greatest female rapper of all time is Nicki Minaj. Now, right now, Glorilla is going stupid right now. She's lasting a lot longer than a lot of people think that she would have, actually. She is really going crazy right now behind Gotti. And then Gotti got a crazy lineup, too, with the CMG. He got a crazy lineup, too, right now. But, yeah, Glorilla, I think she going to stand the time, to be honest. Lotto seeming like she doing her thing. She done kind of snuck her way into the industry a couple years ago. We don't even realize how long Lotto been out, but she been busting since, like, 2020. It's 2025 now. And so her two, that whole, yeah, them two for real, Lotto and Glorilla, and then they getting stamps by specific people. Cardi B jumping on tracks with them, they and Glorilla on a crazy run right now. So it's cause she talking that talk like she doing that like she talking that talk that like a dude to talk on a record, and that's what a lot of people like when it comes to like female rappers because everybody just talking about how good they body look and stuff like that. Glow gonna do her gloating too, but like she like talking about dogging and that's what people be wanting to hear, bro. The Detroit flow situation was simply to just test my craft. Like I'm a writer, but with this Detroit flow situation, I went out of my zone and just did the freestyle situation. So me and my brother Wada was listening to Rio, the young OG, cause when he just got out of jail, he was going crazy, and I'm been listening to him, and I'm like, man, he sounded like he having fun, and he's just like talking his stuff, and I'm like, we could do that. So I'm like, bro, let's get on these beats. And so me and him went in the lab and we got it out the crib. We just went, looked up some samples, got busy and started doing the beats. And then the writing process was so crazy. Like I was writing it in my head. I was literally like, I wasn't even just punching in. I was literally writing like the first 16 bars in my head as he's doing the beat. So as we making the beat and I'm telling him, okay, put this right here, put this right here. I'm writing it. So as he keep running it back and doing what he's doing, I'm counting out how the 4 bars is finna go in my head. Then restating those till I get it. Then saying it, and it only took like 15 minutes, however long it took him to write the beat, took me to do the song. So by the time he was done with the beat, I'm done with the song. We going in the booth and I'm laying it down. Yeah. Hey, it's Junior. I asked Water, was he finna lose weight? He looked at me stupid, went and tried to grab myself a plate, but he beat me to it. I don't gotta eat the beat, I know he gon' do it, but that's how we play. You play with him, I might just shoot you. What's the purpose of that pistol? You don't blow it all. Her forehead huge, that's probably why she thinks she know it all. You thought you was catching up, you not close at all. You know that Junior stay high, you can't blow me off. To these pigs, I'm a wolf, I gotta blow it down. You the type that never actually fight until they hold you down. You the type that never act tough until it's hoes around. I'm JR, you don't know me? Well, you know me now. Doing the freestyle situation and actually having bars, like actually like saying something to make you go like, you know, raise your ear or be like, dang, what do you say? And have to rewind that, the element of that, just putting all that into that and making it fun. Like putting Vegas, I'm talking about things that's going on in Vegas in it, and it's Detroit flows, like, and that's just completed within 5 songs. Plus it's only 10 minutes. 10-12 minutes of a project. You could be going to a drive anywhere and be playing the project at least two times. So it was cool for streaming. It's not too long. Can't get people bored for real. You can listen to it quick and it'll be done. You can listen to that literally every day. 10-minute drive up the street and it's over with. So running circles around these rappers, this my cardio. You know I'm from Vegas, I need food, I'll go to Mario's. I wanted to make it my own, like Detroit flows, but I wanted to make it somewhat special. So I gotta tell you what's going on in my city while I'm rapping to you in the way that your city rap. And Mario's is like an important landmark for a lot of people who was born and raised in Vegas or even came to Vegas and has been familiarized with the culture that's going on. It's on the northwest, located in the northwest side of the city, and it's been a big landmark. And anybody who know, it was a big thing. Because at first it started off as just like a market. And then they ended up getting so popular and building up enough money to end up making their own establishment, a bigger version of the market with their own drive-through and a lot of elevated service. So that was just one of those things in the city that's like crazy for a lot of people. So if you really tapped in, you're going to get that bar and you're going to turn up to that. I don't even know, bro. I done been to the studio so many times, gang. I be having a lot of stuff going on, bro. The craziest studio story, bro. Held on to. They not really too crazy, but 2 that I really held on to. One was I was in the studio with my cousins and my pops, and bro, they was in there doing this song, and I was in the other room of the studio while they in there doing their song, smoking. I'm waiting for my part to go, and I'm sick. Like, I think I had the flu. I might have had COVID. I was in the studio sick. Like, it just came on me. And I'm laying down on the floor in the other room. Like, I'm laying down on the carpet on the other room, just laid out, slumped, just waiting to go record. I hop up, record, do the whole verse while I'm sick. And mind you, it was one of those songs where we really getting bar-y, and it's like 4-5 people on it. So it's a 5-minute song. Bro, so I'm rapping like a minute, and then, you know, with the takes and stuff, and I think I did it first or second take, and then I was sick rapping in the studio, bro, head hurting on fire while I'm spitting. Got done with that, then went back to lay down on the floor till it was time to go. And the second one was, it was another situation where it was a longer extended song. And this was one of those moments where, bro, I was really listening to Eminem, and it's one of those things where I was telling you where I gotta like come hard when I'm rapping against other people and I can't even cuss. So what happened was, my boy Dave, shout out Dave, I work at 1515 Studios for a lot of my career, and it was my uncle, my cousin, my pops. They was all on this track, and I was supposed to be the fourth person on the track. So they ended up going for like a cool minute or whatever, and basically the session was about to be over, bro. We had 3 minutes left in the session by the time that my dad was done. And he came in, and Dave lucky had to leave earlier because even though the session probably be 2 to 3 hours, you might go 3:15. You still bouncing out songs and listening to them, emailing them and all that. So boom, my dad get done, and I already did my verse because I did my verse in the studio. It took me like 5 minutes to do my verse, and my dad and everybody like, yo, we gonna have to go, son. Like, you think you could? I'm like, you think? Like, do I think I could? Yeah, what you mean? Do I think? I'm like, are you doubting me right now? And then they get to, oh, okay, well, we don't know. I'm like, bro, press play. So he pressed play, and so when you're doing the song, you listening to the last like person verse up into yours. He pressed play, and as he pressing play, everybody putting their stuff on because they really ready to go. Everybody started putting their stuff on, so I'm in the booth while it's pressing play. I'm watching everybody get their stuff on. I rap, bro. I had like 30 seconds, bro, and I went crazy. Like, I went crazy, and I definitely first take that one. I went super dumb, and by the time my verse, everybody was like tripping, like we was all going crazy, like, damn, he just did that all like that. Then the next take was just the ad libs. Did the ad libs right quick. We was done. He bounced the track out, and we was gone. I had like a minute. I don't even know. I ain't gonna lie. All of them was super dumb fun to do, and it was crazy because the way that the project is coming out, I'm putting out every song in the order in which I recorded them. So it literally is gonna get better from 1 going to 5, which is crazy. Probably 5 because of everything included. Like everything included was like crazy, natural. It was everything included was crazy. So the finale probably, but then number 2 for sure when I mentioned Vegas because that track and that beat is just hard. That track hard. I ain't gonna lie. So yeah, probably number 2 and number 5. Get it to me, and then final chop for sure. Go download Detroit Flows right now. JR from the City and Lil Water on all streaming platforms. You can play it on Roblox. You can get it on YouTube, Spotify, TikTok. Go make some reels. Go make some TikTok. Help me get on the algorithm, man. Follow me. My account just got banned, so I'm running up this new Instagram, JR from the City, JRFROMDACITY on all platforms and on Instagram. Shout out to everybody included in the project. Shout out to my boy Mo Saint for mastering the songs, and me and Water really just the ones who recorded it. My boy Water recorded it, engineered it, made the beats, came with the vocals, executive producing. You feel me? Doing the thing, man. Love.